It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Allow the judgement. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you louder. Maiyegun don't come. My people make we shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary politico. Maiyegun don't come. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary.
Thank you for joining me. You can share this broadcast as you are before you settle down, as you are joining in, right? Share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun is here.
Godfather is in, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun, Maiyegun diary. Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun diary. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary.
Thank you. Yeah. Well done.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Yeah.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
You can also take a moment to read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast as well, what we are going to be talking about as we take them one after the other. So the top of the pile today is going to be another awaiting defeat for Malami and Buhari on the same guy, Nnamdi Kanu. I have a lot to share with you on that. And also tonight, we are going to talk politics a bit as well. I mean, a lot is happening in that part as well. So share the broadcast. Invite your friends, like I said.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu. reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy, we are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, to the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done, and the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the international community for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from continuing.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me once again tonight. A week ago, the appeal court in Nigeria gave a judgment, that is, on the illegality of abduction of Nnamdi Kanu. The man that they have managed to spend, they have spent billions to propagate as the devil, that so many of you are so scared to see free. Even when many of you say you are fighting for freedom from the stand of the same oppressors who all they needed to carry out their injustices against everyone is just one excuse or one reason or another that they can just say, well, that's a crime, and that's it. You go down for it. Injustice. Nnamdi Kanu won them in court. They had him for, in the last 7 years, Buhari's government had Nnamdi Kanu for almost 4 of those years. And for those periods they have him, they have been unable to pin him or pin a crime on him. Or how do you explain this? Somebody that you said wanted to cause war in Nigeria, and you have evidence to jail him. Then you held him for 2 years with none of this evidence presented, none. He was released on bail. Then you set hired killers, your uniformed men, to kill him. How he managed to leave the place? Well, it's still a mystery, isn't it? Then you finally put together another, another covert operation to kidnap him wherever you see him. Now you've had him for over a year. Still, there is no evidence that could at least convince your own judges to jail him for whatever crime you said is committed or is about to commit. But because there is none, I was, on Twitter just a few days ago, and there is this foundation. It's like a legal, sort of a legal foundation that deals with people who have no legal representations in different prisons in Nigeria. So they will listen to your story. What brought you here? What did you do? How long have you been here? And what effort have you made to get, sort of a court appearance and all that? So they found a guy. And this young man was arrested by the Nigerian soldiers. And guess what they arrested him for? They arrested him for not stopping somebody that was running away. When police are chasing someone, right? And then by an unfortunateness, so to say, they run past you. In Nigeria, that was what cost that guy almost 10 years of his life in Kirikiri prison in Lagos. The soldiers were chasing someone. The guy was coming back from work. He just alighted from the downfall and was walking home, right? And he just saw somebody who ran past. Few minutes later, 3 armed men were running towards him and after the person. So he just, moved away from them and continued going home. So when they couldn't catch the person that they were chasing, they came back for him. They said, why didn't you stop him? Why did you stop that person running away? And somebody who had no idea of what they are talking about, he ended up in the police net. From there, he ended up being roped as an armed robbery suspect. And he's been in Kirikiri for 7 years. Now, I decided to tell you that story because that's exactly what that injustice you saw there is exact and worse off what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu. They said he insulted their president. Wow. And that is a terrorism act. Then bring the evidence of the insult. Bring the evidence of, him connecting and, conducting act of terrorism. No evidence. So they are in their own courts. The court said, number one, whatever you even have against this person, you need to explain how you got him down to Nigeria. How did you get him back here? The process and everything. We want to see that. Without that, we can't try him. Now, you know what is going to happen? Well, presently, Malami has now come out to confess. Buhari did not come to stop Biafra. Buhari did not come to keep Nigeria one. Do you understand the two? There are two different sentences, right? Buhari did not come to keep Nigeria together. At the same time, Buhari didn't come to stop Biafra. Buhari came for a revenge that is had in his heart since his youth, something that he would want to see happen to the people of Igbo land in his lifetime. But guess what? He came too late. Buhari came too late, and as you can see, whatever was the old playbook or arrangement that Buhari was playing with the Biafrans and with the Igbo people, trying to make Nnamdi Kanu the pipe of his long-held dream of a second genocide in Nigeria, has failed. All the permutations, all of the calculations has failed. I mean, even those of you who actually love Nigeria so much that you don't like Nnamdi Kanu for asking Nigeria to break up, fine. Let's say in fairness now, right? You actually wanted Nigeria, right, to punish him, okay? And to punish him, you have to do that legally, Abi. And to punish him legally, you have to have evidence enough to achieve that punishment. But Buhari's goal is not to punish Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari's goal is to use Nnamdi Kanu, his rage, his hatred, his revenge against the Igbo people. He saw Nnamdi Kanu as an opportunity to make that happen. Now, all that plot has now dipped them in a deeper hole that rather than them to stop digging now, they seems to be adamant. So those of you who were waiting, for a country that wanted to keep peace in eastern Nigeria, and they want, you know what I mean? By now, if that was the intention of Buhari, they would have presented enough evidence against Nnamdi Kanu and everyone they said have been committing crime. If they indeed are connected to Nnamdi Kanu, I mean, you should be asking yourself this now, okay? That if those who are committing crimes in eastern Nigeria, if they are connected to Nnamdi Kanu, that is a very good opportunity that Nigeria needed, Abi, and bring all of them together and link them together. But they couldn't link them together. I mean, if they could, they won't be in appeal court, asking appeal court to please, don't let Nnamdi Kanu go, please. Yeah, we know that we've messed up. Okay, we messed up the whole case. We've messed up the whole thing. Fine. Whatever we plan is not working according to the plan anymore. Fine. But see, we are not so sure what he is capable of doing. That's why Malamu's lawyer, that was what he was telling the appeal court. Appeal court said, you need to explain how you got him to Nigeria so that we can have a foundation. Do you get? No be only that too. Umahia court, high court in Umahia, appeal court in Umahia, have given judgment one after the other. You won't even believe this, so your media is not reporting that. Just like that of Oloye Sunday Igboho, that Nigeria got awarded the penalty of 20 billion. Do you know that Nigeria is owing Nnamdi Kanu 1 billion naira right now? Judgment that his arrest, his detention contradicts his fundamental human rights as defined by all charter, Africa, Nigeria, like your own law, your own court. This is not something anybody wishes anymore. This is what your court said. Your court said that in High Court in Umaya said that they appealed it. Appeal court said he didn't jump bail. You wanted to kill him. His own defense have proved that Nigeria wanted to kill him. And the best option for him was to run for his life. Because if he's dead, there will be no case anymore. Will there be any case? And the court listened to them. This is on record. So the court said he didn't jump bail, which means he's committed no crime. So far now, it is Nigeria committing crime. Now, do you know the latest crime they are committing? They said, yeah, we agree that we don't have any evidence. But we can't let him be free and do whatever he likes. Is somebody that once he's out there, the whole thing is going to, we don't know what will happen. So for the sake of Nigeria national security, that's what they said, oh, please, we want you to stay execution of that judgment. Are you listening to me? Nigeria, Malamu, whatever your media is telling you right now, I don't know. But Malamu, Nigerian government under Buhari, they are begging appeal courts right now to please. We know your judgment is, you know what I mean? But can you just please give an order that this order you gave, this judgment, should hold on for a while so that we can work something out, because we don't know what Nnamdi Kanu will do. We are scared. That's the summary. We are scared of him being free out there. But do you know that it's not only Malamu that is scared of Nnamdi Kanu being free? There are many people who have joined us to scream, free Nnamdi Kanu, free Nnamdi Kanu, justice for Nnamdi Kanu, justice for the this or that. Many of them are also scared now. You know why? Because in the last 1 year, a lot has happened. Some of them have found themselves in different camps today. And if they are not shouting, I want local, they will be telling you that they are unifier, articuluta. Or they will be telling you that they are now obedient, because they now believe that maybe something will happen that will stop, the anger. And you know what I mean? So Nnamdi Kanu being released right now. You remember the conspiracy that first came out when the announcement came that Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted of all charges. That was the judgment. Oh, did you see the reaction of some people? The conspiracy theorists said, we know that it's APC. They want to stop Obi from winning. They want to stop Atiku from winning. That is why APC wanted to release Nnamdi Kanu. And they are comfortable with the illegality of still keeping him, even though they are telling you that they want to fight for justice for you. They want to bring you justice. They want to bring, all that stuff. They are all in on it. One man that you really, really pray that they convict, even if you have not publicly confessed it before, is at the announcement of his acquittal, is discharged, sent a serious shock wave down everywhere. Suddenly, I told you that this Nnamdi Kanu is working for APC. Now they want to release him, Abi. Now they want to do this. I'm like, wow. Maiyegun, let us be honest, Jare. Now that APC know that they are going to lose, that's why they want to release Nnamdi Kanu so that Igbos will not vote. This one, now Malami is telling court that releasing Nnamdi Kanu go cause kata for everybody, and it is not in favor of APC. So maybe you need to go and re-edit your conspiracy theories now, okay? Because as it be so, even APC, they are scared to see him walk free. No joke, because they thought they could use Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, to reenact their 1967 genocide, which has been the long-time held dream of Buhari, and he never hid it. He's always said it, but he probably never just said it clearly, like I can't wait to deal with them. But when he had the opportunity, he said they are just dots in a circle that can be wiped off. What do you mean? Wipe off 50 million people from your map? Is that not genocide of monumental? I mean, I don't know how to describe that. And he said that. He said he's going to teach them the lessons that their parents didn't teach them. What was that lesson? That we killed your parents. We killed those who existed before your parents. Remember? And if those who survived didn't tell you, we will do it again. That's his dream. He said, I will speak to them in the languages they understand. Genocide. Ladies and gentlemen, this was what triggered Buhari's reactions on social media, on Twitter, that they deleted Buhari's tweet threatening Igbo people. Although those who are defending him as well, some of them are Igbos too. They said, but they didn't know. What they didn't know is that the plan was that they can use Nnamdi Kanu's rhetorics, right, and use that as a reason for why they are killing the Igbos again. Now they have killed more than 5,000 Igbos by the Nigerian authorities Nigerian authority in the last 7 years alone. Right? This is a fact. And I'm trying to be generous here. The investigation that have already been documented have already indicted Nigerian military, indicted some state governors in eastern Nigeria, some politicians, Buhari, Malami, and the rest of them. So whatever the framework, whatever the plan was, when they decided to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu from his own hotel in Lagos in December 2015, that they thought would be the window to reenact the 1967 genocide in eastern Nigeria, whatever that is, ladies and gentlemen, you can say it now loud and clear. That plan has failed. They've shot themselves on the foot again and again and again. And at this point, if they have anything to do as a face-saving stuff, right, they will let Nnamdi Kanu go. But they won't, because they are begging appeal court. And today, the appeal court is saying that they are holding and reserving their judgment on that application. So if they manage, and also there is a report that the three justices, the three judges that gave the unanimous decision on the discharge and acquittal of Nnamdi Kanu of any charges. Guess what? Oh, that judgment, that appeal court judgment, you can't appeal it. You can't appeal court. Do you get that now? But Nigerian government don't obey any court order, okay? Now, that judgment, what that court judgment said is that you cannot try Nnamdi Kanu in any court in Nigeria. Do you understand? They can't try Nnamdi Kanu in any court in Nigeria. That was what that judgment is. And that is why Malami is begging appeal court to please don't execute that judgment, please. Don't let us execute it. Just say something that we should hold on for now. Now, because they know that the appeal court is likely not going to do that, they have already transferred all the judges from that same appeal court. If not, that application for stay of execution would have been presented to the same justices that said Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. So now, what the report we have received is that those three justices, right? They have been transferred from appeal court. So this new application that they should please hold on, is going to be presented before different justices, different judges. So if those ones now read the report of their own colleagues, it is 82 pages. Listen, the judgment of appeal court that said that Nigeria must release Nnamdi Kanu is not just the summary you are hearing. It is 82 pages. 82 pages is the judgment. Now you have to, those new justices they are putting together, they would have to read the conclusion of their colleagues. And if they fail to stay execution, the thing don't become serious, Now him say they would have to take the whole thing to the Supreme Court. And guess what? In Supreme Court too, even though the place is filled with tanko technicality, at the rest, nevertheless, they will still have to read what are now the, So that means for the first time, Buhari's hatred for the Igbo people, Buhari's government disdain for the Biafrans, the president of Nigeria that is so happy to keep you divided, broken, his dream again is shattered and it has failed. Do you understand? I don't know what they are telling you in your media. I don't know what you are reading out there, but there is one thing you should know. Even if you want them to jail him or kill him, it has become even bigger than they thought it would be. Nnamdi Kanu has become that fish bone that is stuck to your throat. You have to be very, very, very careful because you can't swallow it and you can't vomit it without vomiting everything inside you. Now, that is significant in this conversation because I have spoken about their desperation for so long. What Nnamdi Kanu is preaching and doing in a reasonable, sensible society, not led by bigots, people with hateful minds in position of authority, vengeful people in position of leadership, Nnamdi Kanu poses no threats to anybody in Nigeria. No matter the rhetoric, no matter what he is saying, he poses no single threat to anyone or any part of Nigeria. And you can see how so many criminals have now risen up using the foolishness of Buhari, the mindedlessness of Buhari, the heartlessness of Buhari and his government, holding an innocent man, how criminals are now leveraging on that, unleashing terror in eastern Nigeria. But because Buhari is not after peace, that's another part of it too. We are trying to prevent war. That is why we arrested Nnamdi Kanu. But since Nnamdi Kanu has been speaking and addressing Biafrans all this while, there has never been any unrest in eastern Nigeria. There has never been any form of violence in eastern Nigeria. There's never been any level of a criminality that you are witnessing today in Eastern Nigeria. But the moment they kidnapped him, they unleashed the terror. Still, they couldn't link them to him. So releasing him is actually the genesis, again, of the peace that Buhari has taken away from Eastern Nigeria. The peace that the likes of Opus Odijo or Opus Odingba or Devil Umayi and the rest of their agents, Okorocha and the rest of them in Eastern Nigeria, releasing Nnamdi Kanu will put an end to all those criminalities. And that is not something that Buhari actually wants, just like he doesn't want peace in any part of Nigeria. A signal is sent just a few months when he took over that he is not here for peace. He is here. He was here for revenge and those who will take over from him as well.
Mr. President, welcome. And I've been a student of Nigeria for many years. And first of all, I want to tell you that I have never seen such a hopeful attitude toward Nigeria and the United States as since your election. So I think we all here want you to succeed. My question relates to another area of Nigeria that hasn't gotten much attention during this trip, and that is the Niger Delta. It's a challenge that you're going to face. I wonder if you would tell us how you intend to approach it with particular reference to the amnesty, bunkering, and inclusive development. Thank you.
Inclusive government. Inclusive government. You know, how you include, women, youth. I see.
Yes. I hope you have a copy of the election results. Naturally, constituencies, for example, that year gave me 97%. Cannot, in all honesty, be treated on some issues with constituencies that gave me 5%. I think these are political reality. While certainly there will be justice for everybody, everybody will get his constitutional right. But while the party in constituencies, by their either sheer hard work, they made sure that they got their people to vote and to ensure their vote count. They must feel that the government has appreciated the effort they put in putting the government in place. I think that's really fair.
That was his first signal. Listen to me. Yes, I'm going to be president of Nigeria, but listen, you're not going to expect me to treat everyone fairly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, same. There are those who gave me 97% of their votes and those who gave me just a 5% of the, that stuff, right? So that was the first signal. So he came with a revenge. He came to, but whatever they have told you, it is at this point you have to admit. Mo admit. Or agree, Jerry. Any plan, all the plan, every plan we be say we thought Buhari have for making sure that this Biafra thing is completely, all of the plan have failed. We will not lie to ourselves. So it simply means that if Buhari, or if you think Buhari helped in holding Biafrans from happening, what Buhari has done is that it has made their base even stronger. Like they will say, when challenges comes, you don't see them as challenges. It's just challenges. You see them as opportunities as well. So in this case, if Buhari did not kidnap Nnamdi Kanu from his hotel room in Lagos in December 2015, Nnamdi Kanu probably wouldn't have been able to fulfill his own vision and dream for the race of for the Biafran race. And no matter how you feel about it, so it is always good now to tell them that that same Biafra that is so dreadful to so many of you one Nigerianists, your Supreme Court would have to make a pronouncement on that. Now, what are you going to then do when your Supreme Court says he has right to advocate for the Biafran emancipation and the rest? And in fact, it is not a crime to advocate for that. Or if your Supreme Court says, oh, yeah, it's true, there is no legal base to try him. So you either have to take him back to Kenya or you just let him go. That's it. What do you think will be their next move? Kill him. We'll wait to see that. So they can still save face now. Just let him go. Let him go. If you want peace, you open up a negotiation and you should be willing and ready to accept responsibility for the crimes you have actually committed against them. Because injustice to one, they say, is injustice to all. Wherever you are witnessing that Nnamdi Kanu is going through right now, is not the reason why your Nigeria is tearing apart, collapsing. Nnamdi Kanu might be one of the reasons why some of you even understand that something is wrong with Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu might be the reasons that some of you actually feel like you need to do something or else you are done for. And in this case, it's not done anything wrong to any of you. So it's freedom. It's not an impediment or a sort of an hindrance to your own freedom if you understand what freedom is. But if you really want to make it look like the way you have chosen your oppressors as well, which is that you choose those who deserve justice and those who don't deserve them in your book, then you are not different from the criminals that so many of you are trying to replace or defend as well. But there's something that will always come over every other thing, is that injustice may last a lifetime, which is so sad, by the way. But the air and the breeze of freedom can never, ever be, can never be equalized or equated with or compared with the years of being enchained. So if you enjoy what it feels like for the first time, for real, it is. So whatever it is now that you are currently cooking, we demand. In fact, your court said it should be released, and that is why you, somebody who probably believes that you love justice, you should remind them it should be released too, and they should save their faces. Before we go into politics, which is next. Politics.
Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi go onyedu aimo. O Mary wone nizu kumbiroya abakare. Mamanda ora, unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli meri Nnamdi win the war. By thunders one, by thunders two, and by thunders three. Unapoli Nnamdi.
Thank you. Let's go to Kano, because this is where Kolu Tinubu has been in the last 48 hours. And there's been a lot coming from that part. A lot, by far, where one of the reports, as much as Tinubu has been so generous, by the way, he just gave them 100 million naira to help the victims of flooding. And he told them, he said, I brought the money here with me. I've given it to, Gandola is the host. Now, Gandola is the governor of Kano. And Gandola is also the CEO, Babariga Mobile Banking. Now, when Kolu got to Kano, courtesy, the invitation of Gandola, he dropped a lot of money, not just for the flood victims. According to somebody who called himself Anas or Nas, who happened to be the special advisor to Gandola, the Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano. This guy said when Tinubu came, he gave us a lot of money. And we indeed did our best to mobilize people to come on the street and share our presidential candidate up. Come on, guys, be kind, be nice. 2,000 naira per person. But surprisingly, people didn't show up. So at that point, I don't know what prompted him anyway. So he did a very long video interview trying to raise an alarm that they need to do something. In fact, there's a lot they need to do in Kano. Forget about the media paparazzi, all the everybody, no, forget about that. That they paid people to come and welcome Kolu. They collected the money. They didn't show up. Meanwhile, there's a woman who said she showed up. She mobilized other women. They promised them they would give them money and all that, but they didn't give them anything. All this came from Kano, the other good side. Kolu was there and he's been generous to them. So for those who are listening to me, please, I've told you about what propaganda can look like if some of you have forgotten them. Okay, the only difference these days is that in 2015, not so much people understood what propaganda was like back then. So these days, a lot of people who actually did the propaganda for APC, Egbekegbe, and Buhari in 2015, many of them have actually okay, today, they are no longer in that camp. So, and a lot of people have also learned what the propaganda can be like, especially when they see that they are cooking, they're not they cook something. So many of you who found yourself in obedient movements, you are very, very used to APC, Egbekegbe's propaganda, and how they cook them up. So, in this case, Tinubu and gang, they believe that they might lose some places, they might win some places, but I mean, starting with 1 billion naira per state, that's 36 billion naira. Wherever they spend that, wherever that money reach, they will now understand, they will now see if indeed all of una really mean business or you don't. So starting from Kano, let's first show the generosity of Kolu. He's been kind. The flood victims in Kano received 100 million naira, but they would have to ask their governor, Gandola, the Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano, and Kolu, the central bank governor of Lagos, just yesterday.
It's really a new brotherhood. And I've seen the flood devastation which you have gone through. We have to raise each other's arm, help each other survive, and be a good Samaritan to one another. For the victim of the flood that devastated Kano, I am giving you 100 million to solve that problem. Part of the solution. And the money is with him. I brought it and I deposited with him. So you definitely will contact some of you and do justice to those victims. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
And they say I forget to mention Badaru of Jigawa during the protocol. Just forget it now. Forgive me. Is my son now? Forgive me for that. Thank you very much. Go.
So all of you with the Kano IDP camps, because of the flood and all that, you know where to go and make your withdrawal. You get 100 million naira deposited in a box at the Babariga mobile banking or mobile bank of Kano, and you know the CEO. Just go there and say, from the central bank governor of Lagos, Ikoyi Joe Biden, who said, all you have to do, people will complain about me. People say a lot about me. They said I'm a sick man. Listen, maybe me just give you 100 million now. I'm not sick. Sick man cannot stand me, but don't worry, just do everything and elect me. Once you elect me, they will stop. They will stop talking. I mean, Kolu was there after giving them some money, and he reminded them, "You owe me."
People, I've been standing before you. I'm not running for 100 yards or 500 yards of due. I'm running for presidency. I'm not competing for WWW wrestling. Even if I go out there and they say, sick, I am standing before you. Do I look like a sick man? Nigeria. You vote me out of their reach. Vote for me 100%. They will stop complaining. It's mostly because I'm smarter than they are. The commercial exploit of a whole lot of you is greater than the sum total of the other party's equation. Thank you very much for listening. I've enjoyed.
I mean, somebody said, listen, somebody said, Maiyegun, do you know that there is a part of him that actually wanted to see Kolu to become your president? That, Baba, there will be no there will be no better content creator. That even if you are like suffering like under Buhari, you go get something, we go just make you just make you laugh, smile, and do all of that for a moment, and just be like, and shake your head for Nigeria, you know, that kind of thing. You know, before they started hiding Buhari away from you, you know, it was a comical relief. When he speak like this, we are ready. Everyone don't cut him, Say, but you know, some said that if Kolu he said, vote for me out of their reach, they will stop complaining. You know what I mean? I mean, got to a point that people are like, you know what? I don't like watching Buhari. It's a waste of time. Somebody should interpret what, I should summarize what he said. Something like this that became a hit. That's right.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I would talk about it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me...
As
He
I
can
told,
talk for
he
himself.
doesn't know. He doesn't
I
know.
want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, I
doesn't
know. I think
Here you get. Like it got to a stage they have to start hiding Buhari from all of us. They say any small thing, any small thing. Una go don't make different memes. Any small thing, so they give you pictures, like a model. Bye. Pictures of Buhari, going abroad, waving and say bye you. Come up demo. I see you when I see you again. Oh, so because if he says anything, you just have to be like, and it's not written. He's gonna speak his mind, and when the dementia sets in, is going to. It's just So some say that they would like Tinubu to be your president so that they can have something to laugh about. I was like, you are not living in Nigeria if you are wishing that on them. But I mean, who am I to even judge anyway? There are people who are already hired. Clap. They are always going to be there. Yeah. You get that? It will always be there like, well done, sir. So somebody no get part of the money, and she has this to say. In fact, I don't understand Hausa so much, okay? So what you're going to do for me, everyone who speaks Hausa, you can help me do some interpretation. But I'll tell you, this person is a special advisor, senior special advisor to Gandola of Kano. And he said their party, but I said their party don't lose more. Sadly, they mobilize people to come and welcome Tinubu. They no show as they expected. It's supposed to be something with all that money. Listen, no me, he said it.
Megirma SSA Anas Abadala. Wani sako kake da shi ne da kake da manufar shaidawa al'umma a daidai wannan lokaci kuma a wannan rana da dan takarar jam'iyyar wato dan takarar shugaban kasa na jam'iyyar APC ya shigo jihar Kano.
Billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Na farko kamar da muka faɗa a hirar mu ta baya cewar jam'iyyar APC ba ta da goyon bayan al'umma. To gashi Allah cikin ikonsa cikin hikimarsa gashi ya tabbatar da abin da muka faɗa. Domin yau ba a suwa jibola a mutumin ya zo Kano a zahirin magana ta lillahi wa rasuli al'umma ba su fito sun masa da ya kamata a yi ma'ana ba su karɓi shi ba. Me janyo al'umma su kai wannan? Mu da muke cikin gwamnati muke cikin sassan ɗin jam'iyyar APC gani muke yi a yanzu kowa ba shi da wayo, mu ne masu wayo, mu ne za mu yi amfani da ƙarfin gwamnati, za mu yi amfani da kuɗi. To yau gashi an ba wa al'ummar jihar Kano kuɗin Tinubu sun karɓi kuɗin sun je sun cinye, kowa ya je ya yi zaman sa. Misali, bari ba ku wani lissafi ɗan kaɗan mai sauraro ya sauraro wannan maganar da zan faɗa. Minista na ayyuka tsohon gwamnan Lagos Tunde Fashola ya fitar da alkalima ya yi hira ya faɗa cewar a zuwan shugaba Buhari an yi titi kilomita 8,000 da wani abu a kan faɗin Najeriya a shekara 7.5 da muka yi muna gwamnati. Amma a shekara 8, a shekara 7 nan kilomita 5,000 da wani abu duka jihohin Yarabawa su tafi. 5,000 da wani abu, 3,000 shine aka watsa wa ragowar sassan Najeriya. Nan arewacin Najeriya a kashi 3 kashi 4 duk ba a gama ba. Fasholan nan fa shi ya hana a yi mana minista, a yi mana wuta ta mambila. Shi ya hana dukkanin wani abu da ka sani namu na wuta ita shi a arewacin Najeriya. Bayan faɗi Obasanjo illar da imana a arewa ta kashe mana wuta. Shi ne yau Fashola izo ɗora, kuma Fasholan nan yaron waye, yaron Tinubu, tsohon gwamnan Lagos. Amma yau al'ummar mu ne suke ba suke tallan Tinubu. Shi fa Fasholan nan fa duk abin da zai a duniya sai ya tuntuɓi Tinubu. Amma wai yau izo yau ike faɗa ko kunya baya ji cewa kilomita 5,000 da wani abu duka an kai shi yankin Yarabawa. dan uwan yana mulki nunan babu komai banda rayuka da ake kashe mana da asarar dukiyoyi da ake mana. Wani abu wanda zai daɗa tayan ma da hankali a cikin wannan tsarin, shugaba Buhari yana ministan man fetur yau, shine babban ministan man fetur shekara 7 da rabi. NNPC hukumar ta ce mai ta ƙasa ta fitar da alkalima cewa kati na waya a shekara ɗaya, mai saurari ka saurari, katin waya sun sai kati na waya na naira miliyan 20,000 a shekara ɗaya, naira miliyan 20,000. Buhari ina nan da ransa kuma yana shugabanta wannan ma'aikata. Iya a tare baki daga bakin gas su ofis a ci biskit a sha lemu a sha ruwa faro sun kashe a shekara ɗaya nan sun kashe naira miliyan 13,000. Da haka in ka hada da wannan biliyan 20 ka hada da biliyan 13 shi ya kama naira biliyan 33 a iya biskit kawai da karanta jarida da katin waya. Buhari kuma shine shugaban wannan ma'aikata. Don haka wannan talaka ne zai fito ya zai wannan harka.
I'll wait for Ahmed to come and do interpretation for us. But one thing where I hear we say, one woman who represented other women to go and they welcome Tinubu to Kano, they no pay her, and she made a video.
Miti da aka kira mu na Tinubu, aka kira miti na Tinubu ne a nan gurin. Mun zo miti na nan gurin. Daga suna mun kare miti za ba mu kudin mota, ba kudin mota ba kuma mun ma'ana da safe muna. Daga nesa muka zo. Daga nesa muka zo. Ga yunwa babu da kuma ko ruwan sha ba babu ba.
Ana Rahab Aliyu. To wani yaro ne ya ce mana mu zo da mata. Ya ce tun da muna da kungiya na mata, sai da aka ce zo da mata da yawa a wurin. To da aka kare mitin din muka kare mitin da niyyar za dan mata kudin motar su na gida ba su ba. Abin da yasa na ji haushi shine sai ne magana akan yadda ne magana nace akan mata ina tsare musu ne kawai, ina neman musu hakkin su ne. Dan mun saba kamar mun je mitin namu na APC yanda muka kafin ma mu tafi ma za a ba mu kudin motar ma a hannun mu kafin ma mu tafi. Saboda ana kare kan mu je mu dawo. Da fa wannan mitin da muka je fa da fa shi baba Tinubu ba bai san akan mitin din ba. Wani ne ya gyace mu suna su form instruction ne da zamu bude team da zamu fara ma baba Tinubu aiki shine fa. Amma wannan video ya dade, amma yanzu an bi da ni gari ana ta faɗa abubuwan da ban ce ba, abin da ban san hawo ban san sauka ba, haka ka bi da ni gari kawai ana ta shela ni a gari. Wannan video yana jiya kusan wata 6 yanzu ko wata 5. To honorable Rayyan Hussein na Kaduna South shine ya kalla video din shi ma ya ga abin nan iya shine yana da number na, shine sai ya kira ni sai na ce dama ina neman awon da zai taimake ni. Ce na kai kuka na ce da Allah da a taimake ni a cire mun wannan abun dan abun ya
He don't compose another one for them or for Tinubu. Buhari lo ma. If you see anybody that is complaining about APC, by the way, and a member of APC, that is whatever, just remind them 4 + 4 is about to be 4 + 4 + 4 + 4. Buhari lo le. Eti inú àlùjọ ẹ̀dá. Buhari ló máa ṣe 4+4. Anyway, the talk say we should try and bring back shame. Let's say shame. No, they don't come out for Nigerian dictionaries now, so you can never see it there. We need to bring back shame so that people can have something to worry about. I'm so ashamed of myself. Because people don't get shamed to these days. Oh. Anyway, let's go to Rivers. The place that Emperor Wike, the one we enter PDP, we then push down from PDP boss. The guy come out here. Oh, there is this, I'm going to go look for it. There is this Punch newspaper cartoon, yeah, and it was Wike removed Aya from PDP. I'm going to look for it and I'm going to show you, okay? So, 1 second. So, Wike has now taken further his pledge that Atiku, who wants to turn them to second-class citizens in Nigeria, should think twice. As it be so, there will be no Atiku's campaign image on any PDP contestants in Lagos. I'm sorry, in Rivers State in your 2023 charade. Something that others said, well, it's just the finality. What you should do is just to put Tinubu's picture, because it's made a deal. It's made a deal with them, okay? A very, very lucrative deal, which includes immunity from prosecution for whatever has gone wrong with Rivers State finance and all that, okay? But Wike said, now get the problem. Maiyegun, that's your headache. It is politics. We don't want Atiku's picture. Atiku came to Rivers State and he picked people. He picked people in my state to be in his presidential review. And then you want me to then what? Promote him here. Let those people go and print poster for him now. He explained it, but we are not going to be able to make an headway that way if we don't get to see the genesis. The last time Wike mobilized his soldiers, 100,000 polling unit agents. He called them special advisors. Who needs 100,000? Who need 100,000 special advisors? Person where they collect advice from anybody as they talk. Wike. He appointed 100,000 polling unit advisors to make sure that no single one vote like this, one single vote like this will go to PDP Atiku in the presidential election. And he's not joking about it for his own safety. He said it. Because if once Atiku become your president as well, make Wike just go asylum or may just go join Obiano for America or anywhere where Wike get house. Run away, it will be like run. Oh. So the guy said he's fighting for his own political survivor. The genesis, ladies and gentlemen.
Those of them who come to me and say, go and beg Wike. Beg Wike for what? What are you begging Wike for? What did Wike do? We are finished presidential primaries. We have a candidate. We have a vice presidential candidate. Is Wike saying remove the presidential candidate? No. Is Wike saying remove vice presidential candidate? So what are you begging me for? All I'm saying, and I want not to say, you have taken president. Give us chairman. What did Wike do? And I say, I'm not leaving the party. I work for the party. But agreement is the what? Agreement. If you cannot keep to what we have said now, is it when you are there you keep to it? No. You know what's called power? I will not be part of that. Nobody can talk to me to convince me on that. I will never be convinced. Never. You must agree to what we have said. We are the one who say, let us do this zoning as allowed by the party's constitution. I was not part of those who drafted the constitution. I was not one of the founding fathers. As they would say that, they were the founding fathers. Founding fathers who have sold a share. Other people have bought a share. I now come to say you are founding father. Which company are you like? You have founded a company. You sold your share. Then you come, you know, we founded this company. Which company did you found? You have left today with whatever you have. Which means they had this in mind. Now the thing has come to reality. But resign. No. And people are saying, go and talk to Wike. I've accepted the presidential candidate. Have I not accepted? I've accepted the presidential candidate. Have I not accepted? What is the problem again? You fulfill your own. Let the South, let them have something. That's what I'm preaching. You cannot be presidential candidate. You cannot be chairman of party, DJ of campaign. And someone is telling me, of all the school, my parents struggled, got money to train me. All these run around trying to show people who went to here, who went to here. No, I won't go anywhere. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere at all. In a party like PDP, that the votes have come from the South, and you say, presidential candidate should be not, chairman should be not, DG should be not, the votes of our people will not be there. I will not agree. If you will agree, people can go. Agree. I will not agree to that. Because history, it doesn't matter whether you win the election or not. But you must show enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know, I don't support whatever they call Muslim ticket. I don't. Okay, you don't like it. But you are supporting handover from one ethnic group to the same ethnic group. From the same region to the same region. Is Nigeria right for that? No. Equity, fairness, and what? Justice. Give to the South. I didn't say bring South. I didn't say bring South. We have South, Southeast, and Southwest. If you say, okay, then we not know. Well, go to Southwest, go to Southeast, go to South. As the case may be. Let us have so. This is the period. Power is being played. If you don't have it, forget it. If anybody tells you, let you resign when election conducted, then you're a foolish person. This is the time decision is being made. This is the time the presidential candidate, national chairman, and the leader of government will sit. When election is won in February, before the president is sworn in, decisions have been and then they are selling that dummy to you people. Why not wait? Let's finish. Look at it. Every election is local. Every election is what? Local. Let nobody tell you that. Don't be deceived by anything. If you do not stand firm and be committed, where would PDP cross over? Tell me where would you have been? You people stood firm and said, look, we will not leave. How many people came to talk to you? How many people running around? How many of them came to say, look, we are here to support you? How many of them came to you? All of you, be firm. I'm here. Be strong. I said, I have not started politics. Now I have started politics. Do you understand me? I have started what? Politics. You know whom I am. Don't worry. They say we are nobody. We are something. Tell them that we are something. Just watch what will happen. Very soon, you will see politics. Do not panic. Do not panic. If they don't believe in you, leave them. It's not. Don't go and beg. Oh, are you beggars? No. You cannot. Even the beggar say, God, this begging it will stop today. Do you understand me? I should be have been begging. Say, God, I begged enough. Today, this begging will stop. And I say, having come here today, the begging has
You know, Rishi settlement. Don't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement. You. So politics have started, he said. So today, he gave the go-ahead to his foot soldiers. But there's something he said in that video that gave him out, that gave him up. So if you're still wondering, if Wike is with Atiku or not, now you have your answer. He said, you are against Muslim tickets, but you want to support president from the northern Nigeria transfer power to another Fulani president from northern Nigeria. So if you support Atiku, that's what he's saying. He said, if you support Atiku and he is supporting Tinubu, you have no moral justification to ask him or judge him. Did you get that part in that conversation, right? He said, Buhari Fulani, Atiku Fulani, Buhari APC, Atiku PDP, Buhari from the north, Atiku from the north. So if you support them and you are against Muslim tickets of Tinubu and Shitima, you are an hypocrite. That was what Wike said there. But on the part that, listen, we are going into it. Atiku don't move on, by the way. Atiku has moved on. He was in Edo the other day. He was in, where, I don't know, right? He's moved on. They've even chosen their campaign team without him. So this is him now, Emperor Wike in his own kingdom. Telling you that, listen, this one will be Nigeria, no Nigeria. Atiku or no Atiku, we no get business. But as politician, it will have something to entertain you with. Where Wike, ladies and gentlemen, why is Atiku not part of the PDP campaign in Rivers? Because Kasala don't bust. And Kolu has given a better deal. Where Wike, tell us what happened.
Politics is what? Interest. Politics is what? Interest. If nobody accommodates the interest of Rivers State, then we have nothing to do with such people. If you say that you have no interest for Rivers State will not have your own interest. It's only those who like us who will like them. You do for me, I do for you. You do for me, I do for you. You push me, I push you.
Weekend a madman. I want you to relax for the next 5 minutes. Okay? The next 5 minutes of Wike telling you that person will do for him, ain't go do for. You push me, I push you. You slap me, I slap you. You hug me, I hug you. You get arm, I get arm. But ladies and gentlemen, my friends on YouTube, we are currently over 1,800 of us on YouTube. And I'm speaking to you directly. Yeah, you. Can you take a moment before we listen to Wike's side of the story? Take a moment and just leave that comment section, okay? And just drop your own offering. Like that video, we have 500 people who have dropped their own offerings on YouTube as we speak. But we have over nearly 2,000 people, by the way, nearly 2,000 people. No. We can do better. So let's see if we can take that straight to 1,000 of us, right? I know so many of you are watching it on your TV. But you do have a phone, a mobile phone. You've been commenting. Everybody's commenting, replying themselves since. I've been reading. Quite fun, isn't it, right? So now take a moment, just 1 minute, right? Like that video. And if you haven't really subscribed onto my channel, right? If this is something you come around all the time, especially if you do stumble on this, okay? You can stop now and subscribe and, and stay back. So currently we have 600 people. I'm counting. Until we get to 1,000, we'll have to wait for the Wike side of the story. So take a moment. So we have 600, 650, yeah, 650 or 53, 653. I'm going to count it. I'm going to give us like a minute. I mean, it's something I should be doing. I know so many of you just want to, but when you don't engage with that chart, other people won't see it. Other people won't come across the conversation. And you probably would love others to see this too, just same way as yourself. So we currently have 670. We haven't even gotten to 700. So if you have your phone there, you don't need, if you have done it, you don't need to do it again. Just if you haven't, okay? I know that we are not robots. So we have over 700 people now who have managed to do that. Let's continue. With Wike, what happened? Why is Atiku being removed from the political machination in Rivers State? It will tell us, you push me, I push you back.
Politics is what? Interest. Politics is what? Interest. If nobody accommodates the interest of Rivers State, then we have nothing to do with such people. If you say that you have no interest for Rivers State will not have your own interest. It's only those who like us who will like them. You do for me, I do for you. You do for me, I do for you. You push me, I push you. So there's nothing like, oh, and I have told people who care. Rivers State has voted for PDP since 1999. Is that not correct? Is that not correct? But we can even ask questions. Let us say the truth. Let the whole world hear. Let them hear. This is a live television. Let them hear. Of this support we are giving since 1999. Chinda, can you mention one thing? One that we have gotten in this state? Can you mention one road that we have gotten? All they care, they use Rivers State. They will bring vote. After bringing vote, you push us aside. That will not happen again. If you want us to bring the vote, you tell us what we will get. There's nothing like we are the same mother, we are the same father. No, this is business. Do you understand me? This is a business. To give power is not an easy thing. But when they get the power, they leave you. So discuss it now. As you want by vote, what is that for the people of the state? If you don't have anything, we'll tell you bye-bye. Do you understand me? We'll tell you bye-bye. Now, some people have asked me, oh, why is it that they don't see the presidential candidate's picture, the party chairman? I said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The presidential candidate entered my state and picked members of the presidential council without a whole governor of a state having a contribution. The presidential candidate entered Rivers State, picked those he wants to pick without the contribution of the governor. So they said they don't need me to campaign for them. That they don't want Rivers people to campaign for them. Will you force yourself? No. Will you force yourself? No. If someone says doesn't want to, will you go and push yourself? No. You sit down and do what you can do. And that is the end of it. I have never seen how people would disrespect a state like Rivers State and go and choose those who are enemies of the state. Enemies of the state. Without the contribution of we. So that is what they did. And so most of you may not even know, you may not even understand who is our nominee in the campaign council they have. Do we have anyone? No. So they don't want us to campaign. So let's campaign for those who have told us to campaign for them. The governorship candidate, the senatorial candidate, they told us to campaign for them. And so we are here to campaign for them. So that's how it is. So let nobody worry himself. Nobody will intimidate Rivers State. Not one, nobody. whether you are governor this or governor that, or nobody can intimidate this state. Not when I'm governor of this state, nobody. You don't panic. Don't be easy to lose. All the right people who want to run in this state, I don't know what they are running. I don't know what they are running. All of them are from APC. When they are quarreling, they're just okay, go this way, go here, go here. What would they tell people of Rivers State? Do you have anything to tell us? No, nothing. For APC, we don't talk about that again. It's a dead, Afar Rivers State is dead. What would they come and campaign? They come and tell us we didn't do well. How did we not do well? How do we not do well? Your president has judged that we have done very, very well. So how can you say we didn't do well? Our result is there. To speak for a year, so you don't need to. I don't know the one they call. I don't know this party. You will know them because you're in the street. I don't know whether any party. I don't even see their poster. But anyway, I wanted to tell them to put their poster where you did work. If you say we did not do, okay, put their poster where you did your own work. Don't put where our own work is. We'll go to all the flyovers and put our posters, you know. That is to tell you that we did something.
With a Wike, there's something he kind of love to say whenever I finish his vituperation like that. It's just be like, you dey smoke Igbo.
You dey smoke Igbo. You dey take Indian.
That's Wike. But he just told you why Atiku is not in their plan. Because he's managed to get a supposed lucrative deal from APC. Do you know that $1 billion, yeah? $1 billion is about 700 million naira. I mean, sorry, 700 billion naira. Do you know that? So $2 billion is like 1.4 trillion naira. What we have been told is that this APC, they are ready to spend as much as $1 billion to ensure that even if Kolu dey which year, even if in day stretcher on the hospital bed with a drip, now so they go do the swearing in for him, like Mugabe. And people like Wike, they need immunity outside power. He believes he understands power. And the way it works is that you should just find a small space that you can just call a refuge for yourself. He is ready to dine with the devil. In this regard, he's a devil himself. So it's just going to be a spray de corps. In this case, since he couldn't get the PDP to become their presidential candidate when they played him, APC has given him that too. If you are in doubt, now your problem with that too. As it is now, Buhari's government, they don't throw the likes of Amechi and the rest, they don't throw them under the bus already, because Wike is more politically valuable to them. Rivers State is valuable to them. They don't need anything there than just something to help them balance the wing. Because if to see at the numbers they have in northern Nigeria, if that is all you need to become president of Nigeria, Buhari would have become your president since 2003. Since they said they have been giving him 11 million votes, Abi. So they need that balance. Imo State, Rivers State, what do you call it? And a few others, just pick them here and there. And then you make up the balance of all the rigged areas, and that's it. When people say, how did that happen? They say, legally, they've done what they have to do. And we can need protection. And the only people who can grant him that is not going to be Atiku, the one that has been like, trolling every now and then. So he's made a deal with them. So Atiku have to come up with something bigger. And you can't promise somebody like Wike anything if you are not already in that power. If you are saying, oh, I will do this for you when I get that power, to him, you are mad. He said it. He said, you are mad. You must be foolish if you believe anybody that they will do something for you when they gain that power. Are you mad? Take it now. But those who have the power now, who are about to lose it, They have something to lose. So it's going to be like a esprit de corps. So Wike don't make deal with Tinubu. If you need any further proof, well, I'm going to say just keep waiting. There will be more. So as it is, Buhari's government has issued a certificate. A certificate that said Wike has done so wonderfully well as a government on infrastructure, on building this or building, that stuff. So they've certified him that he's done excellently well. As part of the deal, they've assured him that if he does what he promised to do, he would have nothing to worry about once he leaves the power, because usually they have to go after them. Imagine what Wike must have stolen if the man who is the candidate of PDP right now in Rivers State, who happened to be the accountant general, being a secretary to the government of Rivers or so, this current guy, the guy was declared wanted by EFCC because of a missing 470-something billion naira Rivers State money. So they declared him wanted. He went into hiding. So they need protection. They need all this to be secure. So imagine what Wike must have stolen himself if his own accountant general is being wanted for nearly $500 billion corrupt stolen money. So they need protection. Whatever they say out there, Southern solidarity, we have to support, the South must come together. The North want to make the Southern Nigeria a second class. All those stories are bullshit, right? It's all nonsense. Wike has been, he's been trying to get, to find a safe landing for himself, either by becoming a presidential candidate or a vice presidential candidate. You get that? Or something that shall go guarantee that if he works, he is going to be protected and all his own loot and his own crime will be covered, just like everyone else. And in this case, he found a home with Atonda Ogunlere Tifnumbu, the man that said, whatever money cannot buy. Listen, to Tifnumbu, whatever money cannot buy, more money will buy it. Whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. Whoever money cannot buy, more money will buy them. Or they will just have to take one bullet. In this case, it is almost a win-win situation for Wike. He could make such a deal and help further destroy Atiku, which in itself, like we said in the past, self-destruction that will eventually trigger something that is going to be totally beyond them. And when the whole thing goes up in smoke, now you suppose get yourself ready for the aftermath. Something I've said many times, you get? So as it is now, it is all about the survivor, not about you, not about religion, not about Southern this or that. It is their own survivor. But you are going to help them make that happen, because that's what you do all the time when you choose your oppressors. And you find excuses to prove why you are retaining them. What you're doing is that you are tapping your own, you are cutting your vein, right? And you are plugging in, you nurses, doctors, what do they call that thing? That drip that you have to drip in and drain some blood, yeah? That's exactly what you do for them every 4 years. You fight their battle, right? You bleed for them. And they suck that to gain their lifeline back again. As vampires as they are, they suck you. You bleed for them, you sweat for them. And when they get back in, they deal with you like you don't even mean a shit, because you don't. So with Wike and Co, have the lines they sell all the time. I mean, it's an easy sell line, right? I'm a Christian, so they don't like us because we are Christians. Oh, I'm a Southerners. Oh, they want us to be second-class citizens because we are Southerners. Oh, I'm a Yoruba man. All that stuff. All those stuffs are easy sell in the political play in Nigeria, but the bottom line is that none of them is actually for you. This is why we said sometimes, if you are like Karma to think about things you've been told before, you will remember this particular one that said, now only mad people, they do the same thing again and again, and they want a different result. You know that.
People will get madness, irrational thinkers, people who have no mind of their own, people who can't really differentiate between wrong and right, invalid, abnormal, like something that is not in order. They are those described as people who do same thing again and again and again, and they are expecting different results. When that result is not different, they are disappointed, but they will still do it again. You probably won't agree with me if I say that you are mad. You'll be angry because you won't agree. To you, you are not mad. Nigeria must work. In our lifetime, we must save Nigeria. Really? Really? Is that not what those before you said as well? Your parents, have you, probably you are not really following, are you? So there's a point in your life that you have to come and say, wow, no, I'm actually going to be a rebel then. Which level concept? Because what are we going to get out of it? We will do all this again and it comes back the same thing. They deal with us and then another 4 years or another so years, we begin to shout again. We no go agree. This country belongs to all of us. We must all fight for our rights. Which then swear, I mean, now question, they swear for you? I know say you say no, they no swear for me. Maiyegun, we have to continue to try. Now so your papa try. When he grow white hair. They consider the Arambe answer. Somebody where they shout, we no go agree, oh, we no go agree. Our future belong there, we no go agree. That was shouting when he was in his own 25, when he was 25 or in his own 20s. Now you are saying that the Arambe answer. Oh, I mean, thank you very much, Jare. You said, well, no, Adagba. It is this bad arthritis. It's been killing me since I turned 65. And we don't even have good health care to take care of this. I can't even run anymore. See, Baba Luta, Continua, Victoria, Asata, Baba, Jinjawa, the Baba to leave the hand. Now, listen. What I'm saying to you is this. Now, only mad people try something again and again. And they want a different result. You probably won't agree that you are mad. Same thing with those who are really mad. Somebody sent something to me and he said, Maiyegun, read this. And when I opened it, you know what that was? It said, when you are dead, you don't know that you are dead. Now the people wait there, go see your body and say, Shangba 4. Alaja Atiku. You don't go. You won't know. Forget Nollywood, to be Yoru wood, to be Igbo wood, to be any other wood that they are displaying for you out there. When you are dead, you don't know. You are gone. Empty, shell, gone. So somebody now said, that's exactly how it is with people who are mad. Mad people. They know they know. Princess Abimokparo, just reason. Sir, Abironimokpa. Did I lie? When you don't mad, you know they know. But to some of you, na person we don't tear in clothes. We don't grow dada. We in dada don't think like that. Now them be mad. No be all of them. There are clean wearies too. There are over 60 million in Nigeria. That's a massive number. So the bottom line is that if you want something different, you should be willing to do something, to do things differently. Do you understand that? You want things to be different? Then you have to do them differently. But doing something again and again and again, changing the symptoms of weary. We know they talk and die there. Now, symptom of weary. If you don't know, I just diagnose you. Which means that every thought of yours that has to do with political, public conversation, they must put them into serious scrutiny before they admit that. Because if you talk, people have to check before you post that comment. Let me read the comment. Yes, sir. Sir, let me read your comment before you don't post that comment. Don't post yet, sir. Let me see what you want to. Sir, don't post this one. Everybody gonna say you are mad. And we are trying to manage your madness inside the house because a lot of people are there. 60 million mad people that will be telling you that they can do same thing again and again because there's a supreme being, there's this vision, there's this thing they saw that told them that everything is going to be like, Then when nothing happened, then they come back again and say, hey, God, why? Because you are mad. You can do something differently. Where, you see, those who are doing same thing again and again to save Nigeria, as they are saying, which is a lie. They don't have any plan of saving any Nigeria. Are you with me? When you tell them, hey, sir, prof, what if we just break up Nigeria, let everybody handle their own affair? And I mean, like, just peacefully so that there's no all this wahala. And we can, you go just see professor, prof, go just run mad quickly. My friend, shut up your mouth. God created this country. We can. Baba, calm down. We are saying, what if? Goes to them. You must be a madman. Kilogbe that you said you want to lead people to free themselves out of Nigeria. Because to them, you must be mad. To so many of these mad people in Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu is mad. You see that Nnamdi Kanu is a madman, Jare. Somebody that just want to, which kind of thing is that? We should be praying for our country. Instead of us to pray, to come together as one. Nnamdi Kanu, me, I just see him as a madman. I say, no, that stuff, Because now so mad people, they see anybody that is thinking outside the box. Someone or group of people that are thinking outside the normal, usual, traditional solutions that never solve anything. You too mad, you go, yeah, mad, yo. When they say that, it's because they are surprised. Like, you get left, you get mind, yo. Instead of them to say, you get mind, yo, they'll say, mad, yo. Because now only madman he choose to abandon his own comfort, his freedom, his wealth, and his throne, and decide to just put himself towards something that he probably won't even be thanked, or probably will be hated for it. Abina say, I know if you do amo, I know if you do waiting Nnamdi Kanu do. I know if you do waiting Igboho do, waiting concern me, that stuff. When I know them, when I know be say I'm mad, if I get everything where Igboho get, all those cars, all those houses, everything, waiting concern me with all this while I go just enjoy my life. When I know they're mad, because to them, now only when you are mad, you will live a comfort of oppression, where even though you are in a way, fear of, in a contraption of oppression, you must be mad. I tell you, but they are the real mad people who continue to empower criminals, career madmen and women, to keep leading them and deciding for them. And every time the chance presents itself, they make the deal over you. You are just pawn on their own chess table, they say. That is why the likes of Wike and others, they will continue to adorn your political space. There are many like that too. We are waiting for the inauguration of the dancing senator. That one will add to the whole pot of soup very soon. Yeah, the dancing senator from and now he is going to be the dancing governor of Osun. Charlatans, characters like this are products of a finished and wrecked system that doesn't benefit anyone but those who have served as his gatekeeper and their recruits from generation to generation. So if you want a solution, if you care for real, you will join the advocacy to say, We are tired of this madness. Let's go our separate ways. We will never stop talking about that. It doesn't matter what this rose does. It doesn't matter how much of their scam they push and how much of them you swallow and sink yourself in. With the injustice in Nigeria that is not going anywhere soon, because Nigeria exists based on injustice. They win it together based on injustice. They keep Nigeria together based on, because of the blood of innocent people that keep, shedding and shedding and shedding. They meant to stop that sacrifice. It will cease. And you'll see that light. And on this day, I'll say, do not forget. So I'm going to take calls. Well, for those who have been with us all night, tell others, Maiyegun is calling them, and when I get back and I start taking calls, you can add your own part to this. Don't go anywhere.
Jay, help us, help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh.
Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Thanks so much for your patience, by the way. I mean,
No,
your call
no
came
problem.
in when I was about to go and pour the tea bar. Thanks so much for it. So who is on the line, by the way? Yeah, it's all right.
It's Biodun calling from Nashville, Tennessee. How are you, sir?
Say that again. Biodun from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Sir.
Amazing. How are you, sir?
Yes, thank you. I'm doing wonderful. And yourself?
I am very well, and thanks for asking.
Well, thank you so much for the good job.
Thank you.
We continue thanking you. And I pray Almighty God pay you back with your good work.
Amen. Oh.
We really want to thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of me and my family, we thank you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much.
And I want to talk about all these people that are at the casino for Igbala.
So,
because I work with Igbala, I go to the move. Don't go. Well, tọ́lọ́ bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìyá lọ́lọ́run kọ mọ́ wọn. Wọ́n á jẹ́, wọ́n á yó, wọ́n á transfer sí generation tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn tiwọn. Torí kò sẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run dá yà mọ́.
I bet you, kò sẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run fi tọ́lọ́run kọ yà mọ́.
Kò sẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run kọ yà mọ́. So we are telling them this is how things supposed to be. If they have a good reason to reason like a normal person, but you can't find people that are just nothing but oppressor. They have a good health care. One ni wọ́n ṣe ń rìn ọ̀nà tó ń rìn ọ̀nà táwa ò lè rìn. Àwọn ọmọ bọ́ ṣe ń rìn tó máa gbọ̀nà ẹ̀ kọjá. Tó ń lè afford láti rìn. Wọ́n ń jẹun tó dáa síkù wọn lásìkò tó yẹ kán jẹ. Àwọn tí ò wá láǹfààní àti ṣe wọ́n ń jẹ belebele tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn. Wọ́n ń ṣe àwọn lókàn. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí òbí tọ́rọ̀ èdè dúró ń sìn. Bàbá gbóyán ní ewé bá a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní èpò ẹ̀pà tó máa yó ni. So when we tell them, if they don't listen, it's for their own good. Just like you said the other day on your program, we don't have to help them no more. The only thing we have to help them to build in Nigeria, so to my check brain one, are they okay or not?
So that we can then know how to actually handle them. So that we
don't know how to handle them.
When they don't have any correct brain, you know.
Exactly. Because when we say things, it's just a common thing. They can see. They can feel it.
They can see, they can feel.
So,
so thank you so much, Baba.
Because I can't believe some people are still out there clamoring for these people.
Yeah.
And these people are just sitting down somewhere. Am I worried? Being about today or my 2000 campaign.
Yes.
Well, but in survive because they put themselves in that poverty. On a normal day, if there's a work, the system is working. Good healthcare, you don't have to go to anywhere to campaign for anybody to get money.
Exactly, yeah.
There will be security.
So if you go out there to go and join
only in Nigeria, not monetize. Only Nigeria cannot monetize the election.
Yeah.
No any sane country. No any sane country you'll be walking around volunteering in whatever campaign. If you would go out there and campaign for whoever you need to campaign for.
But poverty, they've already weaponized poverty. So people will
weaponize
chase their money. No matter what, they will go.
Just like we said, I won't want to keep much of your time. I want to say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you so much for your good work.
Thank you very much.
We can only do if you go out
No.
And so by my ball, and so by that ball. Ja feel it. Ori o ma Ọlọ́run ma ṣe wọ́n ládọ́lọ́run mọ́tò torí wọ́n àmọ́ bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe lọ́rùn. Àwọn bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe lọ́rùn tẹ́ kán jayé yẹn ń bì báyìí. Kó tẹ́ wọn kán jẹ́ kó tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn kán rí ọ̀nà tó dáa pé ọ̀nà rẹ̀ ọ̀nà tó dáa rẹ̀. Kán lọ sí hospital kan ní pé hospital lórí báyìí. Wọ́n kọ̀ wọn ọ̀gbọ́. Ẹ̀já fi wọ́n lẹ̀.
Aṣojú wa.
Aṣojú wa. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night.
And you too, sir. You have a good one. And my regards to the family as well. So you have another person on the line. Hello there. Or do I? Oh, sorry, I lost him. I think I got him back. Hello.
Maiyegun Baba.
Hey, Ahmed.
Lafiya kalau ya kake?
Ya lao ya de. Lafiya lao.
Lafiya kalau ya gida.
Alhamdulillah.
Yawa. Allah ya bada sa.
Mandala. Thank you. So
no vex. So you hear train sound from I dey close to my workplace.
So it's a huge
train sound. Yeah.
So we are actually stealing some of the time that are being paid for by another government. So well, fair enough. Ahmed, let's be brief so that I know. I mean, some people are paying for this. They are paying for this hour.
No, my place. No, my place. Now free. Can you see? you sure, man.
So I don't want us to.
No, I'm more. But I'm sure. Only text on Mojokoti. Office.
Yeah.
There is a real line that passes through.
So we're going to be hearing constant.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us a heads up in that regard. So Ahmed, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good, Maiyegun. I listened to the video of that man that spoke in Hausa. So Molipe, they tagged me say, that time at the.
We're expecting you to come and interpret. It's actually a long video. Then at a point I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be torturing people here if I just keep playing it.
Well,
just
the thing, in summary, what the man was saying is this. He said, he, is an APC member, so
yes,
he said, yes, he said, they in the APC, they've already told people that people from the north, they have suffered a lot under APC. So they told them that APC will not sell, most especially in Kano State where they have Konkosu. But he didn't make mention of Konkosu. But you already know that Konkosu, Kano is for Konkosu. Nobody. I'm telling you, nobody will send it to my back Konkosu. Kano, yeah.
I said
so
with,
what he was
with Buhari raising the hand of Gandola in 2019, they have to do a rerun election.
Do you know that? Yes, they rigged. They had to rig that Kano election because Ganduje never won.
I know.
The election was Oriburuku election too.
Yeah, that's Ganduje.
He no win. You understand? So waiting in the talk for there to say, I want to soften APC, but APC will go. So, what you want is what you want. And when you suffer a lot, they've gone through a lot, and people will not vote them. And he made mention of people like Fashola. He said there are some projects that happened. So just say, oh yeah, completely from I think it's Abuja to Kano road, all those rail lines, all those works. Now Fashola ministry say they no complete that.
Yeah.
Who be Fashola? Fashola na Tinubu boy. In talk say they suffer, we then suffer for Obasanjo hand. Where we say Olomba on she, see Obasanjo wa law, see good luck, you are what I want to suffer. But he no made mention of go, he just jump. Say the same suffer we then suffer for Obasanjo and now continuous if Tinubu come. To some northerners, now waiting that they still be that. Say if Tinubu come, now waiting Obasanjo do remain for them or not. Now they could suffer. And to we where we say now Yoruba, we they look say I'm okay. This like Obasanjo, most of these people from the north benefit more from this government. That is how we used to see it. And they from the north, they used to look at it that like the southerners benefit more from the government. You understand? But that is the masses thinking, the way the masses think from the south and the way the masses think from the north.
So
they
no
think
wonder
like,
they were crying and screaming that they want Buhari is their turn. They want Buhari because according to them, it will give them an opportunity to have more access to that resource than the south. I see.
Yes. But Nkota will understand to up to tomorrow, these people, most of the northerners, they still live in delusion. You understand? Not like we from the south that we are awakened.
Yeah, we have accepted our own fate. Like, this is what is going on. So you can't deceive us.
And we are not. Yes, and we are not talking about their election. Some parts from the south are saying Biafra, some are saying Yoruba nation. But from the north, all they are thinking is they are still looking forward to one president that will come and change everything. Just like they have some deluded idiots from the south that are still thinking that there is someone that is going to come be the president and is going to change something. Just one day. Which they don't understand.
Somebody asked Atiku. Yeah, somebody asked Atiku this question at Arewa House. Okay. He said, these days, what we hear is Yoruba nation, Biafra nation. But what happened to them, the Arewans? If at the end of the day, in this future Nigeria, they don't know what is coming, right? What is the future for them in this Nigeria that they already have Biafra nation, Yoruba nation down south? Where is our own place? He said, as an Hausa man, as a northerner, where is my place in the future of Nigeria that I'm seeing? So they are seeing the picture, you said.
You see, Maiyegun, what is happening right now is that Tinubu himself does not know that they are setting him up. If Tinubu becomes the president,
right,
he is going to be answerable to the North. He cannot do anything on his own. He is going to be answerable to the North. Definitely.
And then he will need to prove his loyalty to them as well.
He will need to prove his loyalty. But do you know that they still see Tinubu like Tinubu is not even Muslim enough because his wife is a Christian. So he's not even Muslim enough.
Ahmed? Do you want to tell me something I heard? Before December, do you know what they are actually, the major thing that they believe that Tinubu did to them, that they won't forget? And now, despite the fact that he's been Buhari's friend for so long, and they've been saying Jagaba, Jagaba, do you know that they are now bringing back the videos of the OPC versus Hausas in Lagos of 2001, 2002? Do you know they're bringing that back now? They are now bringing back families of those who died, those who lost this and that, their properties and all that. I'm talking about, this is not social media stuff. I'm talking about members of APC who are prominent.
Of course.
They are bringing them back now and said,
Maiyegun, you played a video of this animal, Madi Shehu. Madi Shehu. You see that conference, I go call and wait down. That meeting alone, Maiyegun, if you know how many brain in don't enter, if you know how many people in don't convince with those things we in don't talk alone, forget Maiyegun. Even if Tinubu wins, Tinubu will not be ruling. I'm telling you this 100%.
So it's just going to be like Jonathan. He will always have to prove his loyalty. He would always have to prove that he has nothing against them. And they will continue to suspect him. Every of his move will be suspected against them. They will say something is happening. It's going to be against us. So why do people really want to suffer that, Ahmed? I mean, that's the question I do ask myself. After this whole thing, like, why do you really want to suffer that when we can break it all and make it easier for all of us?
I won't worry. All those worries, if you see them in Lagos, all those worries from South, hey, our local. And you local, only buruku local you. Ọlọ́run olórí orí burúkú òun ló kàn yín kò sí nǹkan tó kàn yín ju orí burúkú lọ òfò ló kàn yín ẹ fẹ́ ṣòfò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yẹn torí ẹ ń gbàdúrà pé kófò wá bá yín òfò jókòó jẹ́jẹ́ ẹ ń pòfò kófò wá bá yín ṣé ẹ rí pé ayé yín ti ta. You don't even know. You don't understand these people. You don't understand how they play their own politics. But all you want is let Tinubu be president. Ìyà tó máa jẹ yín ẹ jẹ ìyà ẹ jẹ wéyà. Wetin Buhari do now?
So
wetin Buhari do? Wetin you see, Maiyegun? Wetin Buhari do people? Wallahi, if Tinubu come, nǹkan tó máa ṣe, ó máa worse because you already have a Boko Haram sympathizer close to him.
Exactly.
Someone that say restructuring my food. In yellow man for soft landing for anything he wants to do. Tinubu has something good. He has good intention, which he doesn't have. Let's say he has good intention. With that kind of idiot, if you don't see his face, you don't already
You are talking about this guy. Let me show you something. I'm glad you mentioned that, okay? Let me show you something. Do you remember somehow? Do you remember this particular moment on your screen? I mean, don't say anything yet, okay? Just listen and watch your screen if you can see it, okay? Just a moment. Shitty man and this man and the story that happened after that.
You salary Adamu. Go our grandfather, they know some women who divide. Sorry, how come say you bang a line? I'm going to Thank you, sir. God bless you. Harma Adwana. I don't even Adwana.
You know what they said that happened to that guy? Ahmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember his story?
I'm listening.
You remember the story of that guy I just shown now? Did you see him?
Oh, yeah.
That's
the
guy who owned an Igbo man who owned a filling station in Borno when Shittima was governor. The man, from the report, got killed just a few months after that video. Before 2019, the guy got killed. I mean, he exposed the guy and he didn't last. Go on.
You see, Maiyegun, they don't understand. They don't understand. I do. You see, sometimes if I feel like, oh, no, just the pray. I'll come think and say, come, which prayer again? I never turn like those people who say, no, just pray. No be prayer. Let's continue pushing this message until enter their head. No, they push this message because people don't know the danger they are running into.
No idea.
They don't know the danger they are running into.
It is well.
No, Allah. And Ade Williams. They come. I see one comment. Ade Williams say, Ahmed na illusion. Then they call him. No be Ade Williams. No be Tulenchi. I no be Tulenchi. No be English. I beg you. Omo you bani me o.
You know,
Tulenchi no be my father language.
You get sometimes.
If I call him delusion. You sure you shall get to it. Illusion, I be delusion, I be solution. Go shall get it.
That's all that matters. Stay safe, enjoy the day. Thank you very much. So let me take another call. Here we go. Hello there. Do I have a new caller? Hello.
Yeah, one name.
One name. Osita.
Wonderful.
It's been a long time. Do you know something, Osita?
Yeah.
I have somebody that actually talks like you. His name is Ken. Ken sometimes confuses me for you. I mean, I actually confuses Ken for you.
And I think there's a new Osita too on the block.
There is also another Osita. This time around, I am kind of, swimming in the pool of Ositas. And I know everybody is listening to me. They would have to pardon me if you have somebody who has to deal with triplets. In this case, you have something similar, right? And that's the voice, the tone. And I'm glad you haven't changed your own profile picture. So it's easier for me to say Osita, and you will say, yeah, one name.
Yeah, one name.
Thank you so much for joining me.
I've been away because I've been really, really busy, but I've been watching.
Have you? And how are you?
Yeah. So, as regards to what the last gentleman, I really appreciate that at least through him we'll understand the minds of the Northerners.
To some extent.
But I keep saying all these things. Even if you bring, who is the most, let's say you bring Obama to Nigeria to rule Nigeria as it is right now, with the shamble of constitution that Nigeria has, that disgrace called constitution, that is called constitution, that fraud called constitution.
To give you a better talking point, let's show the context of what you are telling people. The constitution of Nigeria, that is the genesis of all of this, what is going on that Osita is referring to. You can't do anything successfully having to operate under this kind of book. Osita, you have a minute or two, so relax. Let's show that to them. 1999 Constitution, ladies and gentlemen.
Ten things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, this 1999 constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable?
This and many more are the reasons why corruption, unaccountability, incompetence, and insecurity are institutionalized in Nigeria.
Osita.
Yeah.
How are you?
Now we have seen it.
So when you said no matter who they brings in to come and do anything, they will do nada because of that book. I decided to give you those talking points there. Go on.
Absolutely undisputed nada. Let me say it clearly here. The most evil man, I do not know if there's a word like that, the most evil man that is presently living in Nigeria today is Malami Abubakar.
Yes.
He goes about saying that he is making peace, but yet he has not made peace with himself. He is yet to make peace with himself because of this jargon. I remember Chief Elaine in those days, he would say it's Jagbajanti, bag of baggage. The jargons that he brought, that is the Nigerian constitution, that is what is keeping us where we are at this point.
It is.
Let's take away the issue of Boko Haram and every other thing. Economic wise, we will still not improve. We will not improve.
No.
So what does this give to us? What it gives to us is the ability to break away. That is the only advantage. It opened our eyes. People that have eyes that decide to see. There are some people who have eyes they never want to see, but there are some people who have eyes they decide want to see.
Yoruba calls those eyes Ojuma Kolugi. That is just ordinary eyes, just because you don't want to be blind. Because they have the eyes just to see so that they don't sort of run into the pole. That's just an ordinary eye. So Yoruba said that.
That's just an ordinary eye. What we will call it in Igbo language is Anyi Kwipi.
Right.
Now, no matter how big the eyes of the owl is at night, I mean, he cannot see during the daytime. Daytime, he will never see.
He would never see anything.
So, what I am trying to say here is, I want people to look at it. Every time you have election, time memorial in Nigeria, the southern candidates are always making a hell lot of noise.
Yes.
And you would think that they would just win. But at the end of the day, what happens to them? If I say this thing, I was saying this thing, and somebody said, Biola won. I asked the person, that election was bound to fail, was bound to annul. Why? Because if you are wise enough, you should look at who was running against Abiola from the north. that man was nobody.
Absolute.
Otman Tofa was nobody.
I mean, not somebody in the caliber of a presidential candidate against MKO. We should all admit.
And against, he was nobody.
It was like MKO was set to win, but he would never be president.
Yes, it was a setup for him. Yes, it was a setup for him. So sometimes people will just say, oh, Tinubu will win, Obi will win, this other person will win, whatever who is there. But I'm telling you, somebody said, oh, electoral reform. I said, electoral reform, all those things are written on paper.
I mean, now today we see reforms. No be people will carry out the reform are actually going to say, well, no be when they carry out the reform. Now today we read about reform and all that. Not today.
It's easy to promulgate, but the enforcement is what is the problem. So, like somebody will say that not be to give monkey cup, might be the problem, not to collect the cup from monkey.
That is the problem.
So we keep deceiving ourselves, thinking that, oh, Nigerians, we are no longer illiterate. We are wise.
We are so wise. We no go agree. But they are not. You're not wise. If you are doing same thing again and again, you know.
Yeah, that you have computer, you will collect the result. And I'm looking at people and I'm laughing.
Collect results.
And I'm looking at people and I'm laughing.
Rivers, they will transmit results.
So, yes, they will transmit it. I said, do you know the computer that we use? That it is somebody that is operating that computer that is loading the information that we read. And
now when they realize later, Osita, they will come and shout, say, man, this country is so corrupt. This country can never work again. I'm so surprised. Why are you surprised? Are you serious?
So even people who are jumping around about Tinubu thinking that, don't worry, like you said, by December, the whole thing will fall into place the way they want it to be. Then we go know,
say what go up. Osita, me, I don't talk my own. Oh. It doesn't mean that I'm an expert, but I'm talking from experience. A lot of us are talking from experience.
How they want it to be. And they will tell you that it is a game of numbers. But I always tell people, I will always welcome you back to my own shrine. When you come back and tell me that, oh, those things that I said were true. Because, you know, the Nigeria, the indigenous people that live abroad, that believes in Nigeria, they are more dangerous than those ones that live in Nigeria.
People still don't know that.
Because they believe in oppression. If they bring in their $1,000, they will have 750,000 naira.
You get.
So they are more dangerous. So when you are talking to them, believe me, they size you up in everything, and God help you. Or, devil help them. And they found out that, oh, since I'm doing well than this other person, this person that is talking.
Yeah.
They will tell them that, they tell you that I've been here for a couple of years. I own this, I know how it works. So.
And they will never be comfortable if they have to end up in Nigeria that we are looking at this one that is coming. Like they will become, if they found themselves in there, they are going to be the ingredients of that.
It is those people, and it's those people, my brother, you find out. Every 3-4 months, they want to go to Nigeria, they want to go and oppress people back home. They don't even have anything they are doing.
If they don't make it back, or if they escape not making it back, if they manage to escape a situation where they would probably never have to make it back, then they will probably know what we have been talking about. That you are not spared, though. Even your money from wherever you are living, you are not spared. You are not safe.
So on the last note,
yes, Asita.
The nation, the contraption called Nigeria. The government of that nation, the nation contraction, they have a way of surprising everybody at their own given time.
It is just their business.
Come by December. Come by December, they will give us that surprising. But it's not going to be surprising to me or to other people who have the same kind of mind that I have.
Now, you know what I said? Osita, don't forget what we said. We said, if the obedient, if they push and become stronger as they are wishing to be by December,
we can begin to put together every other thing we know that are likely going to happen at that point. Because at that point, you can then say it's this three-course race. Now, if you have to kick these people out, you have to do it better than the way you normally do it. The way I'm twisting the APC, PDP will do. You have to do more, or else it is the catalyst to what is going to happen. But with what I have been told, if they make it to that December, anything they tell you after December, the obedient, after December, you should believe them all. That is if they make it that far, and they are still far. Believe them all.
Believe me, my brother, I do not have doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
That maybe...
Not that they are going to really win as they are looking at.
No, what I'm saying is that...
That's a bigger one. Go on.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that I have no doubt in my mind if they are going to push. But the truth is that the end will justify the means.
Absolutely. So that's what we make them feel like, should we take this and disband, or we should push back and just fight it now? Like I said, December will tell. If you know what they get in stock for them, if they hold on till December, I go tell you, say, Baba, go get ready. The revolution is here.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that what I know that is going to happen.
Yep.
They will push further and further. But I am telling you, this evil will not give up.
Of course.
The evil will not want to be defeated. But that particular struggle, what we are looking for, we that is on the fence looking at them now, what we are looking for, that their particular action will spark up what we are looking for.
That is going to be beyond what we expect as well. Okay.
Yeah, come 2023, you will see. You made mention of something that somebody asked Atiku. I watched that particular video.
Yes.
Was asking Atiku that question. The whole southern part of Nigeria, the Igbos and the Yoruba,
yes,
they've established their own nation.
Yes.
Either anybody likes it or not. Now, the Northerners are asking questions. You will have to ask a question before you start taking an action. Believe me, they're asking a question.
No, the question is, they're asking him. They were asking Atiku in particular. Can he promise them that Nigeria is still going to exist? And in that Nigeria that will exist, they will have a future there. Because as Northerners, they are concerned when they look around and see Biafra nation here, Yoruba nation there, and all these things, even if their government tell them to ignore them, they don't matter. Forget about them. There's nothing like that. They are not stupid.
You remember,
they are not stupid.
Remember his comment. You remember his comment.
Yeah.
I mean, his answer to that question.
Yeah.
He said in the contraption today, I don't want to be calling it Nigeria, in the contraption today.
Right.
He said that it is only the Northerners that are discussing Nigeria.
Yes, they are the ones who really discuss Nigeria and all that. Yeah, he said it. Go on.
Yes. These other two people, they are no longer discussing Nigeria. That is the reason I said a question has arisen.
Yes.
Years back, this question arose in the southern part of Nigeria. And that first question has been answered. Now, the question is on their own court right now.
It's now on their own lips. And they want their leaders to answer them. So the pressure must continue then, Osita. We must continue the pressure until their leaders will eventually tell them that, listen, we have been lying to you. There's no time it's not going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. And then, we'll get our answer. Osita, you and I, it shows that we've not spoken for a long time. So thank you for stopping by tonight, okay?
All right.
Stay safe, Baba, and then I'll see you some other time. That's Osita, one of the veterans on Maiyegun's Diary Politico tonight. So again, to my viewers, if you are still there, right, good enough, we have nearly 1,000 members of the Temple of Truth who have dropped their offerings on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you can do same. Like the video, share it. Listen, if you have just 100 people, 200 people, 500, 600, whatever number you see on Facebook, do not worry yourself. Facebook has deliberately reduced my viewers on Facebook by over 96%. Barely 2% of you are going to receive a notification that Maiyegun is live. That's why I encourage you to join me on my YouTube. Whatever goes on there with the use with the support time. They not just limit me. in any way. So thank you. Hello there.
Hey, Maiyegun General.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm very well. I mean, it's been a long night, I would say. Thank you for asking, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It is. it is. I just want to say one thing on this, your caption today, on this Nnamdi Kanu. This can, by the way.
We started from there. I don't know if you watched that part as well, but I mean, I would love to listen to you. Go on.
No, I didn't. But
you missed that.
See,
it was the longest part. I actually spent my time.
Yeah,
and maybe after this broadcast, you should watch. Go on, sir. Anyway.
And I trust your judgment on issues like this. Without watching, I can say what you're able to, do concerning issues like this. So
thank you.
So I can trust you on this kind of thing.
I mean, I have heard that they will say, like, Maiyegun, listen, if I don't really watch much of it and I see the caption, I know what you're capable of doing. So, of course, I heard that. So go on. I will listen to you now. Go on.
Yeah, you see, I will rather be surprised if the man in Asorok and those that are around him will obey the call. I would rather be surprised. So I'm not surprised that they would disobey. Honestly, I must be honest with you. I was not expecting them to obey the call.
So you would have been so surprised if they released him, because to you it would have been like, it's like they are changing. Oh, these people have changed. Oh,
honestly,
that would have been a situation.
If they have done it, I would have been surprised.
That would have been your own surprise. Like, wow, they released him.
Yeah,
that's shocking. That's the first time. Right,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised. Some time ago, I've forgotten the exact time. If you recall, this man that is in Asorok, Buhari, is by name. Some time ago, during MBA conference,
right,
he made a very, very funny statement. And Nigerians being who the system have made them to be, even the so-called learned.
He said it in the presence of the lawyers, legal luminaries, and people who have participated in the constitution writing in Nigeria. I actually wanted you to say what he said, but yeah, go on.
When you say lawyers, it's just like a little bit belittling that noble profession. In legal profession, there is how we say these things. You have classes from when you remove the bench, which are judges and all the magistrates and all that. Then the rest are bar. Under that umbrella of bar, you have what is called inner benchers. That is the senior lawyers, advocates, people that have really lasted in that profession. And these are the kind of people that were seated there. And somebody made a very, very outrageous statement. And what was that statement? He said he will not put rule of law over national security. And any reasonable person that really, really wants to uphold the rule of law will, from that point,
it's a red flag.
From that point, say no. That
like somebody should have probably stood up there, a senior lawyer, and said, Mr. President, there's something I actually want to say, just for the sake of our listeners. We are lawyers, we read law, we interpret it and do all that in the courtroom and all that. You see, rule of law itself, if it's followed, there will be national security that is well protected. I mean, rule of law will protect your national security if you do things right, right? So you cannot suspend rule of law.
So much.
You cannot suspend rule of law because of national security. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
There is nothing like national
security. But they
clapped
for him. They did.
That is what I'm telling you. When you say national security, you're talking about
there's nothing like national security without rule of law.
We are all illiterate. what is national security? You can't have security when you don't have rule of law.
No,
Rule of law is about security. So when you talk of national security, the catalyst that catalyzes that security is rule of law. That's
Lay
why
down rules and laws, principles and guidelines to be followed. You are right.
When you don't obey laws, what will you have?
Chaos.
It's anarchy, lawlessness. So when somebody that says he's a president will stand before the whole world and before that kind of noble, the people that's supposed to be the people that should call this man to order and make such statements, and people just laugh over it, and every day they bring some zombies as lawyers in all the media stations, and they start analyzing it. That is when you see that the system has actually failed completely. That is one. Number two, I want you to help me look into if, the other time the courts gave their judgment.
Yes.
Court of Appeal, Abuja. The next day or 2 days later, we heard that their Security Council sat over that judgment.
Yes, that's true.
Now, please, I want to rephrase that particular body because for me, that action alone suggests that their name supposed to be security. They're supposed to be. They say they are National Security Council. It's supposed to be National Insecurity Council because their action tantamount to insecurity,
to additional and then aggravating the insecurity in Nigeria. All of their action have been towards aggravating insecurity. I think you are right. So it can be called national insecurity. Go on.
Maiyegun, you are very good at giving them good names. Please help me add this one to your lexicon.
Right.
They should be called
the National
Insecurity Council. Because they are the ones sponsoring insecurity by supporting illegality that will
further fuel chaos and anarchy.
So they shouldn't be called National Security Council. They should be called National Insecurity Council because they oversee insecurity.
Yes. Bolu, there is somebody who is the class captain of the Temple of Truth. There are two. Bolu Princess. They should put that in the book right now. We will call them and I will be referring to them in every of my presentation as a National Insecurity Council. The NICO of Nigeria. National Insecurity Council. NICO. Go on.
Yeah,
I'm following you.
Yeah, that's what they are. Because when you listen to their deliberations, this is not the first time I have carefully watched them. But this one gave me conviction that they are actually
not for
National
I know
Insecurity Council.
Do you know something, right? Do you know something? When I was presenting that part for why they are still keeping Nnamdi Kanu, despite the fact that they have a chance out of 7 years, Nnamdi Kanu has been in their custody for nearly 4 years of 7 years. And all this period, they couldn't present anything against him in their own court, to the point that now they are scrambling for evidence and the rest of that. So Buhari is not interested in peace in eastern Nigeria. They hold him to increase the insecurity there. And holding him will continue to keep the insecurity there. So that actually that aligns with what you just said now, sir. National Insecurity Council. Go on.
Look, I don't really want to say things because everybody's saying it. I like to say things because there is reason to say.
At least.
That is what they are. National Insecurity Council. Don't forget that their so-called National Insecurity Council, they deliberated over the case of Nnamdi Kanu, who is now a metaphor for not just Igbo people. Whether the riverine brothers accept it or not, he is a metaphor to almost the indigenous people in Nigeria
today.
And you are deciding his issue. There is no single Igbo man in that
Security Council. No.
And you want to talk about peace. Now listen, let me conclude with this.
Yes.
You see, let me give you a little analogy in 2 minutes.
Please.
From the Bible, what is playing out. The other time I told you that Buhari was sent for a purpose. Let me buttress it a little bit with Nnamdi Kanu case.
But go on, yeah? Go on, please.
It's for God to liberate the Israelites from Egypt. God did something very, very interesting. And if you put it in this Nnamdi Kanu situation, you will see what I'm saying. You know what God did that touched me whenever I read that portion of the Bible?
Tell us.
God told Moses before he went to Pharaoh, he told him, you know what? I will harden his heart. I will. God, this is God talking of. God wants to deliver the Israelites. And for God to deal with the Pharaoh, God himself hardened his heart that he didn't see reason. All the things that happened, he didn't see reason. He didn't see reason to let go. Because why? Nigeria is marked for disintegration, whether anybody like it or not. So many things will happen. Just the more they delay the disintegration. This is just like nothing. I'm telling you what is going on in Nigeria.
It's actually not nothing, right? Usually they say if you find yourself in a hole, the ideal thing to do is to stop digging. But you did say something earlier that if we have to use the spiritual theory in a way, we can say maybe Buhari is fulfilling a purpose. Because if you look at the genesis of his contact with Nnamdi Kanu, from how it all started, you realize that there was actually no reason, no reason at all for them to do what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu, what they have done to the Biafrans. And 7 years after that, 7 years after that, all that plan has come to nothing. I mean, like
Buhari,
go on.
Nnamdi Kanu have already started the struggle and we are getting momentum. But Buhari was instrumental to iconize him to become a global figure.
So talking about purpose here, that is Buhari serving a purpose, even as much as he's shown so much hatred to the people of Igbo land, but has he helped to advance the cause of Biafra than what you can ever imagine? I mean, if he left Nnamdi Kanu to be on his own, yes, we've seen the damages he's caused, we've seen the blood they've taken, but talking about purpose, he probably just served that purpose to make sure that the whole world begin to talk about Biafra again. And this time around, it's a serious one.
He has, because even though the so-called political elite and all the so-called elders in Igbo land are still praying to the gallery because of their OB, they don't want to come out. I'm telling you, all of them, Buhari have made them to begin to have that kind of
second thought,
even if they are still shaking back. But now, he has made it clearer that even though they don't want to identify completely with Nnamdi Kanu, but my brother, forget it. Every Igbo man, whether for even Hope of them, is a complete Biafra.
I mean, why won't they?
I am an Igbo man.
If not for what Nigeria is offering them or giving to them, why would anybody actually deny Biafra? Like, for real, let's be real.
So
like, why would anybody deny who they are? For real.
So that is what I want to tell you, my brother. He is really working out a purpose. Okay, do you know why I say that? Imagine a situation. Who has never made an appeal to this Buhari of a person?
On behalf of Kano. Almost everybody. And he said, let the court settle it. Court has settled it.
And the court have not settled it yet. He said no. So you see that God is actually working out something. And that thing, I am praying that all of us will be alive.
All of us go see
it. And it's coming very soon.
Make I take another one. You and I always spend a lot of time talking anyway, but I enjoy that too. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
Let me take another one. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. I have another caller on the line.
Hi, Maiyegun.
Sir.
How are you, Maiyegun?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. How are you, sir?
This is Kenneth from Maryland.
I've got Kenneth from Maryland. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, I'm very well. It's been a long night. I mean, like I said before, so you're just making the night more kind of interesting, I would say. So thank you. And you're alive as well. Yes. Everybody can hear you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are so well.
So I'll try and make it as quickly as I can.
Please.
Number one, you remember when you were reading through the manifesto of the APC?
Yes.
And you were dissecting it. So you know what I did? So I took time, I printed it out.
Right.
Then I went as far as 2015 or so when Buhari presented his own manifesto.
During the change.
In fact, exactly. So if you remember, the slogan was hope or something like that in 2015, and then this one was hope and something again. They kind of fused into
hope,
it.
They call it
renew hope, exactly. So could you believe that I took room? I scattered all the documents with a marker. I was going through the 2015, the 2019. And the current manifesto Tinubu presented.
They had change. Yes. They had next devil. Now the next devil won't expire. So now the renewed hope is to say, okay, forget about all the failure. Okay, forget about all the botched hope. We have renewed it. I'm on a renewed suffering. But tell me what you found when you were looking through them.
So I was going to there was no difference between the 2015 manifesto, the 2019. It is singing the same tune. All they did, I don't know who is the professor or whoever was writing that manifesto for them. It is the same thing. All they just did was just to fine-tune language. Language here, language there. You understand?
Make I tell you what. See, Kenneth, make I tell you what that I remember. Now that you are talking about it, okay? Remember that when they were campaigning in 2015, Buhari said he was going to make sure that he controls the exchange rates. When people said, no, you don't have that power. You can't control exchange rates. He said, no, he will do it. Then he said he was going to control the liter of petrol and not the rest of the right. So, and then he also said, he said he was going to make sure that Nigeria doesn't have to borrow. But Ken, you know what happened in the Tinubu's book? There's nothing wrong if CBN continue to print money. I mean, if you need money, what do? You print money. And if you can borrow it, borrow it.
Can you believe that statement?
Do you get that now? Like, what is wrong in borrowing? I mean, what is wrong in printing money? Meanwhile, in 7 years, right, Emefiole printed over 21 trillion per se for Buhari, right? And nothing to show for it too. Now, here is another one. They said they were going to do restructuring in 2015. Abi? In 2019, I mean 2023 of Tinubu, they're not putting restructuring. They are now putting it directly. They said you will get state police, straight up. So all the bobo, I mean, you can see through them for those who are reading, but nobody actually read those things. So not everybody want to read them or can. Reading them will make you get angry, like you want to tell us. Go on.
Let me make it more interesting for you.
All right.
If you read the beginning of the manifesto,
right,
you will pick out that he took almost how many lines condemning people destroying people, PDP.
16 years.
All those things they did, blah 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 blah. Then I now said to myself, I said, wait a minute, you are condemning, but you guys have been here ordinary 8 years, right? You have even done 12 times worse than what those people did. In fact, like you said, Maiyegun all the time, the Naira rate at the time of when Obasanjo or Yaradua were there, was it as horrific as what it is? Exchange is 750 naira per $1. Now,
I mean,
and then this douchebag, you have the effort and the audacity for how many lines talking about a failed political party.
Let me tell you something, Ken. Talking about things that should normally make anyone supporting APC to know that they are actually they are enemies of the people, including themselves. They are enemies of themselves too, right? Do you know that? Do you know that since APC this year under the APC right, makes it the what do you call it? The 7th year that they have been in power more, right? And do you know that 53,418 people have been officially confirmed to have been murdered by terrorists across Nigeria? Do you want to know the numbers, Kenneth? Do you want to know the numbers? In Southwest, Yoruba land, my own place, we have lost 2,170 people to terrorists in Yoruba. No armed robber, no all that, like healthcare and all that. We are talking about violence, death in the hands of terrorists. 2,170 people. In the south part of Nigeria, we have lost 3,688 people in the last 7 years to the armed terrorists of Fulani extraction. In the eastern part of Nigeria, the Igbo people have lost the total number of 2,271 Igbos have lost their lives in the hands of Fulani terrorists in the last 7 years. On record. This one is official, not like any other, like those that never make it to the official figure, okay? Now, north central of Nigeria, they have lost over 8,593 people in the last 7 years in the arms of armed terrorists in Nigeria. Wait for it, though. The northeast, Borno and Co., they've lost over 23,106 human beings in the last 7 years. And finally, northwest, they have lost over 13,590 people to terrorists in the last 7 years. So a total of 53,418 people have died under Buhari in the hands of Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram, and every act of terrorism in Nigeria. But guess what? We are going to start a campaign that we need to bring shame back. People have no shame. Apart from the fact that they don't have conscience, they have no shame.
No, they don't. They don't have any shame. So the shame is not even. It's not even better it doesn't even exist. It does not exist. Second part, Maiyegun, quickly, is Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
Look at Nnamdi Kanu. I was kind of I was not just a support, but in addition, I'm not stunned or surprised. You know, the Nigerian government has already shown
that they disobeyed their own court order. Go on, Kenneth.
So you know, Nnamdi Kanu is an enigma. It's like it's a torment, like a truth on their neck. You see, so releasing Nnamdi Kanu is like, to them, it's not just a problem, but much of it.
I used to think, Kenneth, right, that with the impression they have created, Nnamdi Kanu is a nightmare of the APC until the Court of Appeal said he is free to go, discharged and acquitted. I realized that it's not just the nightmare of APC, my brother. It's a nightmare of Nigeria, including those who are planning to get freedom from APC. They are afraid of a free Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm worried for that. So when you say he's an enigma, I think there should be a stronger word to describe him than enigma in this case. He is a worry, not just to APC. I found out. I mean, you should probably have found out too. Like we will say, oh, Buhari don't want him. APC are scared of him. But when they said he was going to be released, did you see the reactions? Did you?
In fact, the whole place lit up. The entire place lit up immediately.
So you said no like Nnamdi Kanu. I thought you were my friend. I thought we all hate oppression. I thought we all hate injustice. How come you are like afraid that he's going to be free? He's more than an enigma. Go on, Kenneth.
Maiyegun, let me make it more interesting for you.
Please.
Do you know that the moment Nnamdi Kanu, the court said they should let him go and what have you, do you know the people who were spearheading the whole process?
Tell me.
It more, make that idiot they call Malami come out and start saying it was his own very people, the very evil people among the APC and his clients were the one fighting bad. They were fighting tooth and they realized
he's going to come and stop our election. He's going to come and stop people from voting. Why would you release him? Buhari don't sign agreement with Nnamdi Kanu. Why do they always release him during election? I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you being serious now? Maiyegun, let me tell you, Jare. So you think he should stay there because of your election? Are you serious? I thought they said that what do you call it? I thought they said that they are keeping him away for your election. So are you like? And then I'm like, Maiyegun, I need to calm down. Everyone that seems to be your friend are not really your friend, especially if your freedom is going to make them uncomfortable. They're not your friends. You know that.
So for Nnamdi Kanu to be free, for now, you see those people, both that a lot of things has to change. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to let it and see how the whole thing plays itself out. Let me go into the other one you were showing on the video, the 1999 question.
A quick one.
The 1999 question. Yes. So, like you said, and like I always said, I've said it is the genesis and the revelation of the problem and the nightmare that Nigeria is. Whether we like it or not, anybody likes us. As long as that constitution, that implant, that evil plant that has been planted in there is there. You understand? Whether people, Tinubu, Atiku, anybody that comes, guess what? They are going to go in there and they will fail spectacularly.
I actually wanted you to say that whoever comes on, right, we will all finally agree that Nigeria is living on a borrowed time. That's what I want you to say because it's obvious.
Even life support is on life support now. What is going on?
With 1999 constitution, breaking up of Nigeria that seems so difficult, it will happen so fast. But it's going to happen in a so different way that even the 1999 constitution will not be able to undo. Kenneth, I enjoy my time with you tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have a good one. I look forward to seeing you or hearing from you again some other time. This is where I'm going to draw the curtains tonight. Stay safe, Baba, and you should have a wonderful day, Joseph. So thank you so much, everyone. I am so sorry. People said I take my time spending a lot of time on the call with other people that seems to have blocked out others who could have contributed. But sometimes all we are doing here is just to learn one or two things from ourselves, share ourselves up based on what we have managed to achieve, which is a community of those who are not going to take the BS, of those who felt like we are all going to be mumus forever. I mean, you can't be mumu forever. Seriously, you can't. I mean, as they say, you can deceive a lot of people sometimes, or you can deceive some people a lot of times, but you cannot always deceive a lot of people all the time. So we are happy that those who know, and we continue to hope that the number keeps growing, so that one day, you see this BS from these guys is going to stop by you, who are going to say enough, we've had enough. And you can't stop it if you don't have an idea of what they are up to. So thank you to every one of you who always turn up every now and then for the Temple of Truth segment on Maiyegun's Diary Political. I don't know why I'm talking so fast, because my time is up. Okay, I wish I could take more calls, but I'll see you some other time. Okay, so keep supporting Maiyegun, keep sharing it, and one of these days, it is going to be our turn to tell them and say, "Didn't we tell you? We told you so." Thank you, and I'll see you some other time. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Maiyegun Diary, diary politico.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary náà ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.